Hey everyone, Tyson the Subaru specialist from Subaru Prince George here. Today we're taking a look at the 2023 Subaru Ascent Touring in the autumn green metallic. So we don't get a whole bunch of the green Ascents, but it is a sharp looking color. So 23s did get a facelift. So it's a new front end on these Ascents, a much larger grille, lower front bumper has been changed. Fog light bezel area has been changed. You've kind of got that surround now. The fog lights are a little smaller, LEDs. Headlights are definitely more angular and very, very bright. But overall, the front end definitely looks more aggressive than the previous 2022 model year Ascent. I think it's a really nice change. They took that kind of cutout that you have on the Foresters, definitely bulkier. Good looking upgrade to the Ascent. Now, this is the largest Subaru they make, 7 or 8 passengers depending upon the configuration. This one happens to be a 7-seater, so this has the captain's chairs in the second row. Touring is the second trim level, one up from the convenience. You end up with machined alloy wheels with gray, I don't want to call them inserts, but little gray painted areas in the recesses. They're 18s. As soon as you go above a Touring, you get 20s. You get integrated turn signals in your mirror caps. They are body color mirror caps. This is also the first trim level where we get our tilt and slide sunroof paired with the moonroof. So I'll show you that inside. It's pretty cool. It's a lot of light. Side profile. It looks like a Subaru. 8.7 inches of minimum ground clearance. Of course, Subaru's full-time symmetrical all-wheel drive. This is also the first trim level where you can get towing up to 5,000 pounds when properly equipped trailer brakes, etc. Hitch. And actually, speaking of that, this center panel right here, you can take that off. That's where the hitch goes behind it. They come with special push pins, make this easy to remove. And that way you can hide your hitch. It's not always standing out. We have backup sensors in the rear bumper on either side. They'll actually apply the brakes if it thinks you're gonna hit something in reverse between speeds of 1 and 15 kilometers an hour. Terrifying when it works. To open the hatch, we can do it from the key fob, we can do it from the door, or we can do it from the driver's seat. And it's pretty quick. Not lightning fast by any means, but it's fast. With the third row up, we still have a really good amount of storage behind the third row seats. Now, we have a cargo light, halogen, 12-volt power point. This will shut off when I close the rear hatch. We have nice physical hard tie downs in the back 2 corners here if you have anything awkward that's needs securing or hard to secure. Grocery bag hooks, which are great. Everyone thinks they're gimmicky, they're great. Now, this third row, this is adjustable, so the amount of tilt. So I can tilt it back further, I can tilt it straight up and down. So in the event that I had a box here, I could still fit a box, and then the people can sit there. Obviously, not for a longer trip, but it is nice to have. Headrests on these just pop up. And then in the event that I need to get more storage, lift, push, down you go. And when I have them all folded down, I have tie downs up there. This third middle seat belt coming out of the roof can be undone. I'm not gonna do that right this second though. But that's a lot of storage. Like, I've significantly increased the amount of storage I have just by folding the seats down. If you don't need the third row, that is. Or if you only need one seat in the third row, I still have a lot of storage. Like, a lot of storage. Easy to use. And of course, those tie downs in both front corners. I've got cup holders and media storage on both sides here. Your 19 cup and bottle holders in the Ascents. It's a lot of storage. We have these little square cutouts on either side. That is for your privacy cover, which is standard equipment on the Touring, and it tucks under here. So you have a little bit of storage. This is also where our spare tires, tools, and everything. The jack is under here. Everything's tucked away, hidden very nicely. And we lower the tire through that one there. This is the only Subaru in the lineup that has the tire underneath the vehicle. And that's just because we have the third row. If we didn't have a third row, we'd have it inside the vehicle. So I am going to show you the size of the third row. So I'm just going to bring that up. Now, to close it, I've got close and lock. I can pull down, I can do it from the driver's seat. or the door itself here. So I'm gonna close and lock it. Come on, work for me. There we go. I have to get that button checked. This one just came in, so that is something I'm gonna have to check. Up top here, roof rails with integrated tie downs, so you can get the crossbars, go across there, and it's locked. Proximity key in my pocket, unlocked. I didn't want to close and lock because I already had the doors locked. That's what it is. Second row, captain's chairs. Good headroom, good legroom, lots of legroom. Passenger room in these is not an issue. The captain's chairs, from personal experience, are more comfortable for an adult or a teenager, but if your goal is to fit as many people as possible, the bench seat does make sense. Another advantage to the captains, going right through the middle here, easy access to the third row. I can do that, or let's just unbuckle this, lift up, it slides, and this is designed to be a step into the third row. So with the second row all the way back, there's all right legroom. I'm a taller guy, I can fit back here. I'm not necessarily comfortable, but I can fit back there. The other part to this is manual passenger bar, and I can lock it. So I do that, and let's just take a look. Yeah, there's more room. So you can fit taller people with longer legs back here. You just have to manually adjust your seat, which not a problem. Fold down armrests. And then these handles, these are so people walking through the center here can leverage their way through. Just makes it easier for them. Again, nice flat stepping surface, so if you have anything on the roof racks, it's easier. You're not standing on the tire, which is essentially right at the back of the rack, and the tire sits inside the fender, so you'll get a much better grip standing on that than you would that. Door panel itself, cup holder, faux carbon fiber, soft touch, really easy to use handle. It has a grip for your thumb. You can pinch this to pull it. Great. I would say 2 cup and bottle holders with a little bit of storage here. I don't know if I'd call that third one a bottle holder by any means. Got that little black tab. That's what this silver stub goes in, and that's part of another crash bar that Subaru's installed to stop intrusion into the passenger area in the event of a side collision. Now, if you look up, there's that panoramic sunroof moonroof combination. I'll show you what that looks like with the shade open here. Off the center console, we have climate controls as well as USB A and C for charging, additional cup holders. And then we have map back pockets on the backs of both front seats. So storage and bottle holders, cup holders, not an issue here. So you can control the third and second row climates from here, and the vents are out of the roof, which is pretty cool. So you actually feel the heat or the air conditioning much more quickly. And then of course we do have handles with, I guess I hang dress shirts, jackets, that sort of thing off there when I go to weddings and such. So it's nice for that. And child lock. And like I was mentioning, it is a proximity key. So keys in my pocket, touch the lines and it locks. Wait a second. The other way I can tell it's locking or unlocking. You've got the light there. You can see it flash and it's unlocked. I just put my hand in the handle. Front driver door card looks very similar to that of the second row. Soft touch, faux carbon fiber. Obviously we have window locks in our 4 power windows with mirror adjustment. Same amount of bottle and storage area that you have on the second row doors. Driver seat is the same black or dark gray cloth upholstery that you find in the rest of the Ascent. A little bit more bolstering on these seats, very, very comfortable. And these headrests are adjustable. So depending how close you like the headrest to the back of your head, you can adjust for that. And of course, Touring does come with a power driver seat, including height adjustment for those who are vertically challenged. So I am in the front seat of the Touring Ascent in the autumn green now. I've just moved it to reduce glare. So steering wheel, new style steering wheel. Left hand side, we've got our audio controls left to right here instead of being this toggle. This toggle now changes our little display up top here that gives you a bunch of different information depending what you want to look at. I like clock and thermometer. A lot of these screens do double up with other information you can get here, but you just get to kind of choose where you'd like to have it. we've got accept or decline phone calls, Bluetooth, can use Siri with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Source switches from AM to FM to satellite to aux to USB, etc. And then on the right-hand side here, we have our adaptive cruise and our lane centering. And the sun is directly on that. But when I turn that on, I get this image here. I've got an image of the Ascent, and I've got 4 bars ahead of it all the way down to 1. That is the follow distance behind the vehicle ahead of you that you'll follow at if you catch up while using cruise. So 4 bars, as we have there, at 100 kilometers an hour is roughly 150 to 180 feet behind the vehicle ahead of us. I've just turned off the lane centering, and now I've just turned it on. You get the image of the steering wheel. So cruise has to be turned on, but it doesn't have to be set in order to use lane centering. So if I turn off cruise, the lane centering disappears as well. Comes back on if I had it turned on. But you'll see these gray lines above 60 kilometers an hour if our EyeSight cameras, which are these 2 boxes here, and this 3rd wide-angle mono camera, which is new for 23, can see the road lines. Whichever side it can see, whether that's one or both, will illuminate white, and it'll actually give you gentle steering input to help keep you in the middle of your lane. It's amazing for the second half of a long day of driving. I do not recommend it around town. It is designed to work at 60 kilometers an hour and above. So I'm just gonna turn that off and turn that off. We do have a heated wheel, and it is the whole wheel with the exception of a dead spot right there. And I think that's where the wires come in and heat. But whole heated wheel, even the top portion now, it's great. Don't need that today, but winter's coming. The faux dark carbon fiber goes throughout the front, and it just kind of ties together. A little bit of storage here. Down below here, I have the ability to open the rear hatch. I have the ability to turn on all of the interior lights, which is a very handy feature. Turn them off. This is a scroll wheel for the brightness of our gauges, so I can dim them, including our screen. Max brightness. Steering wheel adjustment, bottom left of the steering column. You just hook your thumb, pull. Got tilt and telescopic, so depending how you like to sit, you can adjust it. I don't like sitting with my arms out like this, so I always have it pulled out towards myself. And on the back of the steering wheel, paddle shifters. Upshift on the right, downshift on the left, so even with the automatic CVT, I can manually select my own gears, which is great. Over here, we have an 11.6-inch touchscreen. So this has been borrowed from the Outback and the Legacy and the Crosstrek, and it's in the Ascent. So they've broken this into 3 portions. Top portion here, we've got what we're listening to, and they used to have a screen up here on the previous Ascents. They've just kind of integrated it into here and into here. But we've got what we're listening to. We've got widgets, gauges, and I can just simply click on them, and if I want to change one, I can do that. Or I can turn it off. And you see there. But I'm going to change it to the things that I almost always have on there. Calendar, oil temp, water temp. We've got the media portion, the center portion of the display. So we've got radio, AM, FM, SXM. Media would be Bluetooth, aux, USB. Phone allows you to hook your phone to Bluetooth. Apps, we have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which are wireless this year, which is great. We've got access to the My Subaru app after the vehicle's registered in your name, and SXM Travel Link. That's part of the 3-month trial to the satellite radio that you get with most new Subarus. Not really a benefit here in Prince George, but somewhere like Vancouver, Calgary, Toronto, Edmonton, it would be beneficial. Car info takes us to driving statistics. You can set maintenance reminders. You can turn the display off. I can set a valet mode. Turn on auto vehicle hold, which is like a brake holder for construction, drive-through, and rush hour traffic. And I can turn off traction control. I guess I kind of stopped that. I've got weather, which is part of the satellite radio trial for the 3 months. And then I have access to X mode. So X mode is like 4x4 low in a pickup, low speed, rough terrain, off-road driving. If you exceed 40 kilometers an hour when it's enabled, it kicks out. But X mode, rough terrain mode, downhill descent control. 99% of people are never going to need to use it. It is a great aid, though. I do like it. It does take a very capable vehicle and makes it more capable. To go with the center portion, I still have a volume knob and a tuning knob, in addition to my volume controls here and my ability to switch through presets. Below that, I've got the home button, which I think looks like a Monopoly house. I had someone tell me it looks like an envelope, which I think they're right about. I can't unsee it now. Under the vehicle, I've got access to vehicle controls, things like how aggressively my cruise control is going to get back to the speed I had set if I slow down following someone. If I want auto vehicle hold on, if I want to turn off the steering responsive headlights, I can change the driving assistance. I can turn off rear vehicle detection and blind spot detection, which looks like that when I've got someone in my blind spot. Blind spot detection is great. And it's not a substitute for shoulder checking, but it's a nice aid. And the visibility in this is, I would say, phenomenal. The windows are nice and large, even the back window. That's just me shoulder checking. I think the visibility is great in here. I can control lane departure if I actually want it to correct or if I just want it to beep at me. There's lots of adjustability in here, which is great. You can't wreck anything by playing with this. However, if you change the language and you call me, I'm not going to be able to help you change it. I'd have to hop in another vehicle and say, you know, third button down sort of thing. We have the ability to hook up 5 phones in total to the head unit. And I can set different driver profiles, which I don't personally see the benefit to. Some people may. Please put it in the comments below if it's something that you like and tell me why you like it. The bottom portion, climate controls. So I do still have physical buttons here on either side, and it goes up in 0.5 degree increments when I do it. Now, if someone wants it warmer, perfectly fine. If I want to control the rear, I can do that too. I can change where I want the airflow, what temperature. I can lock it so people can't play with the controls in the back. Or I can just sync it all together. And you can see I've synced it. Easy. So I've got the physical buttons, or I can go on the touchscreen controller. I want my airflow, my fan strength. I can turn off rear climate altogether. Then 3 stages of heated seats for the driver and the passenger. Something I really like about this, heated seats on. I don't have to press it 3 times to turn it off. I simply press and release. It's great. We have our heated mirrors, side mirrors, heated back window, and the windshield wiper deicer, which is where your wipers sit. Best thing ever in the winter here. Front defrost. Down below, a little bit of storage. We do have a 12-volt outlet there. This is rubberized. It is designed to be device storage. USB A and C's for charging, aux for music. This used to be the X mode button, but they've since integrated that into the top portion there. Automatic CVT. When I put it in reverse, the backup camera pops up. Rear assist braking's on. Parking sensors are on. You can't see the top there. You do have something to relate to when you're backing up. And I can clean the backup camera when there's fluid. Yeah, there we go. So if it gets dirty, driving down the road in the winter, especially up here, and you go to back in, you can clean it. When I'm in drive, I can pull towards myself. That's manual mode, the M for manual. So that's where I use the paddles, upshift, downshift to full manually control it. Park brake, pull up to activate it, comes on. I still get the red P for park there. Now if I push down to turn it off, it won't go off until I have my foot on the brake, and then I push down and it goes off. Obviously 2 cup holders. We have a large center console with a change tray. Place to run cords out of on either side there, but there is no charge port in there. Really nice, soft, comfortable armrest. My favorite feature ever in any vehicle, auto dimming rear view mirror. There's no switch to flick if someone's got their high beams on behind you. It just automatically dims. You can hook up to 3 separate garage doors to your mirror. You've got the HomeLink system. There's an integrated compass. Really smart. They borrowed this from a van. You've got sunglass storage paired with a spy mirror, which is great. You don't have to turn around to keep an eye on people. SOS and roadside/concierge. That's part of the 3-year trial to the connected services you get with most new Subarus. You'll get a little green light when the system's enabled. Got our shade and our sunroof controls, and it is one touch. So just the front panel tilts and slides. The back is really just for light. Now this shade, I can stop at any point. So if I want the brightness up front, but there's someone taking a nap in the back, kids are sleeping, something like that, I can stop it right there. It's great. But I'm gonna close it all the way right now. We've got card holders on both of the visors. We've got a vanity mirror with lights. I can pull this over and actually slide this over if the sun's directly at my left or right while I'm driving. Now, I am going to show you guys under the hood. So, hood release down here, bottom left. And you do actually have to reach kind of far, a little bit further than you'd expect. So I popped the hood, and just like every Subaru, to access under the hood, face the front of the vehicle, put your hand into the right of the Subaru logo, move from right to left. And that's the lever right there that you move from right to left. So this is the 2.4 liter turbocharged boxer engine powering the Ascent. That's the only engine option, produces 260 horsepower and 277 pounds-feet of torque. Got your top mount intercooler, and pretty much everything else in yellow is what the average consumer is gonna touch. Coolant, oil filters up top, washer fluid, brake fluid, got your dipstick, and you do have really easy access to the air filter. I get asked, what's this all the time? That is the, I guess, air director that forces air through the intercooler so that you get better combustion of air, and the air is fed through the grill and directed over the intercooler. So I'll give you guys another quick walk around of the 2024 Subaru Ascent Touring in the autumn green metallic, mid-trim level, 7 seats, so you have the captain's chairs. So if you guys have any questions about anything you saw in this vehicle, any of the tech, any of the features, something you'd like me to elaborate on further, please put it in the comments below. I'm always looking to answer you guys' questions and potentially make new videos if there's something you want to see how it works. Thank you very much for watching my short video overview of this Ascent behind me. And I have to say, if you guys are in British Columbia looking for a Subaru, we're a small dealer. A lot of the time our wait lists are way shorter than the big guys. Please reach out to me directly. I would love to help you find your perfect Subaru. Thanks for watching. We'll talk soon.